Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Trap Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com.
Even though he has not always been protected, he's always been a protector.
Broken people saw that signal and done what they thought they needed to do to the request that I was making, and they just chose improperly.
He never told me nothing. I knew nothing about it.
I feel like everyone in my family in some form or way has been fondled or molested or raped in some form or fashion.
I couldn't understand how God was in me because I was that.
Larry was tolerated versus celebrated.
There's a wrong way and right way to do everything, and Larry always seemed to choose the wrong way.
Yes, I was drugged and raped, and that happened when I was 17 years old. Misfits have an ability to stick out, but if the misfit accept that they absolutely cannot fit in, then they become someone with an X factor.
We're about to have a conversation.
Here I am to discuss something that you guys had a whole lot to say about. I made a post on Facebook and also on IG. I think I also put it on TikTok, maybe Twitter. I put it a whole lot of different places, and you guys had a whole lot to say about it. Let me read the comment that I posted. I'm going to read this comment right now, and then we're going to talk about it. Because everybody was upset. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody was upset, but some people were upset and they couldn't understand what I was saying. First of all, let me say this. Bishop Carlton Pearson and I have had a relationship, a very close relationship, close in the spiritual aspect and mentally, and sometimes emotionally. Now looking back, I didn't see it until now that he is nearing transitioning. His wife made a post, his ex-wife, former wife, that's a better, more respectable way to me to say it, made a post earlier today basically telling everybody to let go and let him go through the tunnel into the light. That's what she said. And she basically was also telling us that the time is nearing. So if she's posting that, then there has been some kind of decline. I do know that he doesn't have his phone anymore because he always texts me back, always, and he hasn't. So I know he doesn't have his phone. And I also know that that means that he probably is not feeling that good. Now, when I went there, and my mentor was there, Bishop Jordan, I visibly saw him get brighter, stronger, had a long, great conversation with us. And then when we started to take pictures, and I was giving him a kiss, goodbye like normal. And when I kissed him, I don't know what happened. I must have been hijacked in the moment to get it done because he wanted it done. And then there was something angelic that happened while we were there, us three. I saw both Martin Luther's, and I also saw Reverend Ike. They showed up in the room. Then I heard the voice of Catherine Coleman. I've only heard her voice. I don't know her ministry at all, but I've heard her voice through clips online. And I recognized it was her voice, was speaking from behind his pillows. And I couldn't make out what was being said. And what brought me out of that state where I'm able to hear what Carlton was saying, because he turned to me and he said, when I die, Larry, you're going to feel it. You're going to see it all in the video whenever I air the interview. So when I kissed him and I don't know what happened. It's like I don't know. But when I kissed him, I was completely done. I was attempting to talk to Gina. I was trying to hold it because I'm not a crybaby. And so that was very difficult to process those emotions. I'm an analytical head Aquarius man. And it has to get past here before it gets there. But it was coming up out of here, and my head was struggling to understand what was happening. I said, you only knew Bishop Carlton Pearson 4 years. His son deserves to cry. His wife deserves to cry, his former wife. Bishop Jordan, who has known him 30-something years, however long, I said, all these people should cry. You know, what? You do not have the right to cry. You do not have the right to be in pain because you've only known him this for. And so my mind was telling me all of that. Of course, now I understand some things spiritually, what is happening aside from me having to sit with the reality that more than likely he will be transitioning and he won't be here physically. So I'm complete with that now. I'm not saying it don't hurt. I'm not saying, I'm not above even coming on live talking about him busting out crying. I'm not above that. I'm going to make sure that it won't happen, hell. But I'm just saying I'm not above it. So anyway, so when I began to make posts online, and I had a problem anyway some months ago, because after I had announced, well, actually, Bishop Carlton announced it. Or did I announce it first of all? However, I shared something that went viral, that had millions of views, that let everybody know that he's sick. Now, let me tell you what happened. I was the only person that I saw that was posting online concerning his sickness and asking for prayers. And I was the only person. I do not know. But from what I saw, I was the only person and media outlet that was keeping his name in the cycle of the algorithm so that people can know what's going on with him and they can also pray. Now, what era during... Okay, I don't want to get upset because then I say stuff I shouldn't say. What bothered me was that there wasn't a collective concern online in the public. And as we got closer to his transition, there was still not a collective kind care and concern or acknowledgement, meaning give him his flowers while he can smell them. That was my thing. And I'm doing the best I can not to be upset, because I get upset and I get caught up and Jeremy comes out and I say anything. And if I had to come back, apologize. I remember seeing Warren Campbell and Erica Campbell, and you can tag them here and say thank you. I saw them do a post, and this is highly important because they're gospel royalty, because they are out of California. He's done a lot of work there, a lot of work in Oklahoma. I thought that was powerful. I shared it. I praised them. I saw Karen Clark Sheard. You can tag her here and tell you thank you. Thank you. She put a post. Now, this is how you supposed to do. You got the Holy Ghost. You just have Kuth. And she posted the clip from when he platformed her on his platform, which is how a lot of you guys got to know who. And it might be the way that I came to an understanding of Karen, because when it came to the group, I was paying attention to Twinkie. So I really started paying Karen some attention, was because, I'm sure of that, it's because of Carlton Pearson's Azusa. Now, I ain't seen nothing else, and that's a problem for me. It's a problem for me. That does not mean I have a personal, I don't even know this man, problem with Bishop Jakes. I was a partner. What was that thing? We had to send him money every month. I've done that for a couple of years. I've been to one of his events. I respect Bishop Jakes. He changed preaching across the board. Like Juanita Bynum changed the preaching for all of the women. You know, either if you're a female preacher, you pulled and borrowed from Juanita or looked at her as an inspiration. If you are a male preacher, you looked at, pulled inspiration, pulled some stuff from Bishop T.D. Jakes. You probably did. So I'm going to always honor him for what he has done. However, none of these people I name, including my mama, my daddy, Carlton Pearson, my mentor, that it don't mean that if you do something I don't agree with or say something I don't agree with, that I'm not going to say something. I'm probably going to be, I know I'm going to be respectful because I know these people and I honor these people. But what I'm trying to get you guys to see is there is nothing personal. That's why when that young lady, Michelle Lau, said that Cora tricked her or beguiled her or strong-armed or manipulated her to get her child, I let her come on my platform to tell that story. And I said clearly, I said, from what I saw, the emails back and forth between her and Cora, I believe what she said. I never talked with Cora. That's that. Next thing I know, I'm blocked. Baby, this was already viral. I'm just talking to the girl and we just having a discussion about it. So that was probably the first time, if not the only time, I've ever had to say something remotely attached to Bishop Jakes that will leave a question mark over what is really going on behind the scene or in the operation and moves. The next time was when Sarah Jakes' first husband was taken to court and snatched his parental rights. Well, you know, I'm the one on my platform that done a year series on fatherlessness. So I'm like, taking the father out. What is going on? You know, and just so you know, that whole Cora case and her husband going to jail for the sexual stuff, he just got convicted a few days ago. And there's that. That was the second time. And the third time was when Jakes made a statement that women are too masculine, I didn't like the statement. I didn't like it was coming from a man. And I felt like that women have been judged enough by the church that they built and told how to act and do and what you can't wear and all that. I didn't like it. Some agree, some didn't. I'm a commentator. I don't give two flying, freshly fried frucks. I just don't. So I've done that. And now this is the fourth time. 4 is the number of divine order, management, organization. Because Bishop Thomas Dexter Jakes has not made any public acknowledgement, whether that is, I mean, you can do whatever you want to do. But if you tell the people to pray, at least let me know. Okay, he's thinking about, he's calling his audience to prayer. But that ain't really what Larry wants. This is me talking. This is me. I want to see you publicly publicly acknowledge Carlton Pearson, because without Carlton Pearson, there would be no T.D. Jakes in the way that we know him today. Now, nobody can argue that. The facts are the facts. But when Carlton began to preach the gospel of inclusion, which is basically there is no hell and God loves everybody. It's not a denial of Jesus Christ, not a denial of the Holy Spirit, no denial of baptism and the holy sacraments. And the entire church collectively turned their back on him because he wanted to throw away hell. In a conversation that Bishop Yvette Flunder had with Carlton Pearson, she told him that if you speak on this, they're going to destroy you because the church needs hell to keep meat in the seat and the money coming in. And that's exactly what happened. But that's fine. Nobody has to agree with him with that or stand with him. In fact, to stand with somebody don't always necessarily mean agreement. But being that this man has not only T.D. Jakes now, Joyce Myers, the Clark sisters, the Pace sisters, no, I've been changed, Sean Pace Rose. All this man gave gospel music and the gospel preaching world another 20, 30 years when it was going to fizzle out. Because then after that came with Jakes with his Back to the Bible conference, and then eventually Woman Thou Loose. Azusa Carlton Pearson is the reason why these people are where they are. So I don't understand why you wouldn't say nothing publicly to give him his flowers. I have a problem with that. I'm not obsessed with the problem. Just every time it come up, I'm going to say something about it. I don't like it. And I can like Jakes and respect Jakes and still say, I don't like how you're moving with this one. And if I take it further, I don't like how you move with Ed alone. I knew the drama. We all saw the drama around him, but he belonged to the church. You could have said, I do not approve of XYZ if he did XYZ, but this is a bishop, this is a man of God, especially being that Bishop Jakes' ministry is restorative. That I never understood until later on I found out why he could not connect himself at all to Bishop Eddie Long until after his death and sent that video over there for to be played at his funeral. Although I know the reason why he couldn't, I don't respect it. Because this is the darn church. And this man brought you to where you are. Then you wrote into a white man's magazine, Charisma, you and Bishop Blake, if memory serves me correct, to publicly separate and denounce Carlton Pearson. Now, if y'all didn't just fool up with Carlton Pearson, that's one thing. But then to go to the white magazine who dragged not only my mentor for 3 months, but Carlton Pearson for a year and played a part in it and wrote a letter. Oh, you can still find it online. Just because he denied hell and put his arms around the LGBTQAI plus community. Because that was really the only two things. When you think about Carlton Pearson, you think about, oh, he don't believe in hell. This man never denied Jesus. I do not know a person who is a greater example of the love of Jesus Christ than Carlton Pearson. I don't know one. See, that's the politics and ministry stuff y'all don't know nothing about. And I can talk for hours on that because in gospel music, the clicks and the clicks and the ticks, it's a mess. So I have a problem with that. We all know when it comes to controversial stuff, Jakes is going to skate away. If you just pay attention, you know that. Even if the men or the women are right near him, he's not going to say something about it. He's going to skate away from it. If they get caught in scandal, he's going to separate his brand from it. I understand he got a lot to lose. But this black man helped you. And because of him, you are. It's just courteous to give him his flowers. Now, He could be gone by Friday. He could be gone by Tuesday. Give it to him now where somebody can tell him. Bishop Jakes went live and talk. Don't send no video because Carlton ain't going to be there to see it. That's what I think. I do have a problem with that. And that's the post that I made that all you guys went crazy. And begin to go, y'all begin to say stuff I ain't even said in the post. So I just turned the comments off because the nigga in me wanted to go in there and commit the cussing. No, this is not a kill Bishop Jakes or his family. Yeah, I call him out, anybody out if it's public and I don't like it. But no, I just don't. It's my friend. Carlton Pearson is my friend, and I love and highly respect him. And I don't like. It's like my mentor. I don't mess with these people who I know saved. Because I don't know y'all saved, and y'all looking like you ain't. But these two people, I know it's name one scandal on either one of them. Now come on now. I got scandals on me, although I ain't did it, but still I got them. But they don't even have no real scandal outside of the hell and the inclusion and the Bishop Jordan, the money and prophecies. That's it. No sexual, any of that stuff. They live better than the preachers I am asking to give flowers now. And y'all know I know. So don't be hypocritical and then come to tell me what's causing the gospel of inclusion. Well, we still supporting you and you sucking pains. We still, and you got a wife, we supporting you. Support him. Let me calm down if I start saying something I ain't got no business saying. It irritates me. I do not like it. And I do not think it's correct. It's not right. Somebody saying, we know, you know. They know, I know. There's a situation right now going on right now. I can't tell you how many times I'm talking about something that's right next door to Bishop Jakes' brand. And as I sit right here on this IG, there's a situation right now I ain't said nothing about. Right now. But soon as this woman filing clear, it's going to be public. Because she ain't going to seal it. And once that's done, and the dominoes fall behind, it's going to, see. And I can't tell you how many times that happened. I don't even be sharing stuff like it has to become public. And then if it's public, I gotta be able to find something in it that we can grow, learn, and maybe even laugh from. So it's hard for me to not say something like this. Bishop Jakes, you are highly respected in our community. We're going to always respect you. But we need to see you put yourself, I really don't know if you full agreed or what, put yourself aside and stand with this black brother and say to us that we already know it, he has been and is a gift God gave to us. He put us on the white stages. The white people didn't want nothing to do. When y'all hear in the interview what Carlton said, they told me that I'm the only one they want to deal with, not none of the rest of them. And he was like, I'm not doing this if I can't bring my people. So then he created the idea called Azusa. And then they started airing it on the white stations. And then Jakes was put up there, and then bam, he was introduced to the white people. I don't think it's right. Now, let me say this. This is what Larry Reid is saying. This is not what Carlton Pearson told me to say. This is not what Julian or Gina or Majesty told me to say. No. This is not what Sam, his armor bearer for all them years, told me to say. This my mouth, my platform, and my thoughts. And I do not like it. And while I'm saying this, someone said, well, this is the only thing you... No, there's some other stuff that Bishop Jakes has done behind the scene that's similar to this right here that I have had to clean up. And so this is why this is not just my opinion. This is, although it's not just my opinion. No. It's trackable, measurable pattern of and practice of doing things that to me are the opposite of the character of Jesus Christ, particularly the love factor. I have a problem with that. I have a whole problem with that. Somebody said, what did Bishop Jakes do? Nothing. That's the problem. I mean, there are some stuff that he has done to some ministers that they had to go to counseling for years to get okay about. No, it's not no violation, no sexual violation, not this that I'm talking about. That don't have nothing to do with that. But it's very similar to what I am saying he's doing to Bishop Pearson by not giving him his flowers from his mouth, his stage, his platform with his influence. I have been on the back end of it and been a help in the repair, been a listening ear, and still respected and still do respect what Bishop Jake has done for our world, the church world. It's not okay. And maybe I shouldn't say anything about it, but I'm the only person that can, because I don't need a preaching engagement. There's not a show I need to go to, unless I just want to go. And if I want to go, I don't have to go through TD Jakes to get to it. You know, I'm my own. And his friends can't blackball me. You can't tear down my church. You can't tear down my platform. You can't stop my checks. So I'm free to say what I want to say. And y'all see me come here and fighting for Jakes. Remember when Tyler Perry laid hands on Jakes and the entire internet was talking about Jakes? Not Larry Reid. I said T.D. Jakes got good sense. T.D. Jakes has aspirations in entertainment that have not ever really took off. Even had a show, you know, it failed in certain markets. It never has taken off. Although he was on Oprah's stage, still his show couldn't stand on his own 2 feet. It did for Dr. Phil after her stage. It did for Iyano after her stage. But it didn't happen for him. So Tyler Perry, who built his own stage on all of his masters and movies, sold $1 million that's a donation. He donated $1 million to Bishop T.D. Jakes and then laid hands on him. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a must. We needed to see that. Number one, because Tyler's a minister, and Tyler is a prophet bar none. This is the church don't have these conversations, but we do in my community. Y'all name the fivefold ministry in the four walls of the church. We point at the fivefold ministry in the marketplace. And Tyler Perry would be a prophet and apostle in entertainment. And Jakes wanted and wants access to that kind of work. Nobody else could lay hands on Jakes for that except Tyler Perry. And I wrote about it and did a live about it. And folk dragged me. So this is not personal. This is just what is right, not who is right. And what is right is to give, not just Jakes, all y'all high, not them, is to give Bishop Carlton Pearson his flowers while he can smell them. Because when it comes to his transitioning, There's certain things I better not see. And yes, I'm saying this. Number one, I better not go to that homegoing celebration. And they spoke up there talking that Bishop Carlton Pearson said he didn't want to talk. Let me tell y'all this. Okay, oh Lord. Somebody said Course X is in jail, baby, without a bill. He ain't coming out. Let me tell y'all this. Let me make sure I say that. Carlton Pearson gave specific, in the country would say Pacific, instructions. Someone said above Jake did a live. When did he do it? Research that, Nancy. Research and find out. I go to his page. Say it again. I'm doing it now. Okay. I need evidence of that. That would be great. So you can, if he did do it, I retract. I come up here and I retract. But if he ain't, I'm coming up here and I'm gonna say it again. God, Kitty, why you asking why black people still believe in Jesus? It was a made-up religion. A man wrote when he was high off mushrooms, yet our ancestors are best enslaved rep. Girl, you don't see the top. Read the room. God, Kitty, did you read the room? Did you hear that conversation going on before you came here and asked that question? I don't know why people do that. That's dumb as hell. Girl, I ain't talking about that. And if somebody believe in Jesus, that's none of your business. So that whole thing start police. I see that people wake up, get woke from Christianity, and trust me, I understand. And now, why y'all believe in Jesus? You have become like the people that oppressed you in Christianity. Now you're oppressing people because they are Christians. Oh my God, that's so good. That let me know you ain't really been enlightened, God kidding. You ain't been enlightened. Because if you really been enlightened, you understand, aside from Jesus being God, he's also an idea. He's also a system. He's also a way. He is also love personified. So for you to ask why people believe in Jesus, let me know that you haven't even had an encounter with love, i.e. Jesus. Because that wouldn't be your approach and it wouldn't be your question. Okay, now get back to what I was saying. Somebody said he did a live not too long ago. When was this? I'm looking down his page. How many days back you are, Nancy? Could folk be in this chat line? I'm on October 6th. He's on October the 6th. Now, I'm out. Bishop been sick about 2 months ago. The folk being in line. I don't know why people think that you got to save Jason. Jason don't need no saving. This what I'm saying is correct. Will it make a difference or not? I don't know. That ain't my point. My point is that it's wrong, and it's improper, and it's not loving, and it's definitely not kind. Somebody asked me, how you know if Bishop Jakes called Carlton Pearson? They said, how do you know if Bishop Jakes didn't call Carlton Pearson? Was that the conversation I had? That wasn't the conversation I had. I know he called him. Right after I dropped the video within 48 hours, I know he called him. I know Bishop Blake called him. I know every major preacher in the world called him after they found out he was dying or possibly terminally ill. That ain't the darn conversation. The conversation is giving him his flowers, not over the phone in his ear while he's on his terminally ill bed. But you need to do this publicly, because this is a public figure who made you public. So y'all let people that do you wrong call you privately, inbox you privately, and say, I'm sorry. Like, all right, it's okay. I understand. It ain't. It's not. No. You're not going to publicly or in front of a group treat me a certain kind of way. And then behind the scene, you try to know that ain't going to work. No, that's not what I'm asking for. I know he already called him. My thing is, give him his flowers while he can smell them. Don't you and everybody else, don't y'all be coming to no funeral and sending in all these videos trying to get your moment on the mic or on the stage. Carlton has already left instructions. I hope his family follow them. So then that way when I go live afterwards, I don't have to talk about them. I love each and every last one of them, but what's right is right. Gina supported her husband when she was married to him. Master and his kids, they all suffered because he belonged to the world on some level. But because of that, in his death, they're not going to understand our pain and our loss, just like we don't understand their pain and their loss. I can't imagine the loss of people who worked with him 30 years. What that's going to feel, my mind can't wrap around it. It just can't. But neither can the family, because to them, he's Carlton. Although he's their spiritual leader, he really ain't. He was ours. So I just hope they keep his wishes as well. So then I don't have to say something about that. Because he specifically said, in the country we say Pacific, he said, I don't want those people talking in the service that didn't stand with me. Did y'all hear what I said? He said, I don't want those people who did not stand with me in my latter years to be popped up in that funeral saying something to me or about me. Now, I didn't say it, but I don't agree in support. He said it. And in Larry Reid live fashion, I got it on tape. Oh, Lord, I hope all this go right, because I would just have to. Oh, my God. Well, I think I've explained my post about Bishop Jakes giving Bishop Carlton Pearson his flowers. I mean every word I said. And just because my mama watched me sometime and some of the church mothers, I'm not going to say what I want to say. But Farouk, somebody said, who you think would do the eulogy? I know what Bishop Carlton Pearson said. I don't know what's going to be done. Let me see what else y'all saying.
I went back as far as August.
Okay, Kim, let's say he went back as far as August. Wherever it's at, it is definitely not on Facebook. That's where you're at? Okay.
I checked on YouTube, nothing on
You checked on YouTube too, you ain't find nothing. Now, what the line hoe that was up here talking about that he done a video? Dizzy heifer in here just talking mess. Why did you expect Bishop T.D. Jakes to say something? You must just got here, Andre. It's not a matter of why do I think, or why do I expect him to? It's about what is right. This ain't even a matter of opinion. If you think that this is all right to do, then you need to go into the business of when people do you wrong publicly, let them come to you privately and say that they're sorry. You must believe that, because see, what I am asking Bishop T.D. Jakes to do is just common courtesy. Is give him his flowers while he can smell them. Don't wait till after he gone and then have a moment where you're going to say all this stuff he can't hear. You know it's right. Andre, you know it's right. But because it's Bishop T.D. Jakes, something in your mind says protect Bishop Jakes. Or maybe he got some reason. So what happened when black folk get good leaders, they stop thinking. They start thinking about that leader with a church brain, like they ain't a human. That is flawed and has ego and narcissistic ways and greedy and self-absorbed and focused. If this was somebody else, you would feel you would be saying the exact same way. But your church brain can't get with it. Just simple as that. I'm Carlton Pearson's friend, and I love him. So of course I'm going to say this. Of course I'm going. You don't expect me to be nothing but a friend. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all be blessed, and may God bless you in heaven and heaven smile upon you. What this is saying. Oh, you didn't say Bishop Jakes did a video. You said Bishop Morton did one. Did Bishop Morton do one? He probably did. No, Morton. He probably did.
There was 2 or 3 people that said Jakes did.
Say it again.
There was 2 or 3 people that said Jakes
Okay.
did live.
Sometimes we can pull up on him if you want to. No, it ain't that. It ain't that. What's the big lesson for all of us here, whether he does it or not, is that this is how he treated the man that opened the door for him and platformed him. And I'm going to say this, and y'all going to really take this different places. Hold his secrets. Dora blanks. Because we all got them. So that's a problem for me. And I would hope I would have a friend that loved me so much that be saying the same thing. All of these artists, and only Erica Campbell, Karen Clark Sheard we've heard from. So maybe that's all right with y'all. Now, I do know when it comes to friendship, like even in my life, I don't play with my friends. I don't play with them. I'm a good friend. You need to be a good friend back. If not, see you. All right? I'm going to let y'all go. Bye. Somebody say Londa Adams as well. First of all, I ain't got to tell y'all that. No. Bye.
Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Track Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com.